I look at you and I think you are one of the biggest stars in global fight sports. So time to put some respect on that, time to build that brand, build that profile. Our role with you is to sit across the team to do that.
Isn't that the biggest piece of bull crap? Like, one of the biggest stars in combat sport, or whatever. I think Eddie's gonna mention more about that, but listen, I don't have anything against Tom. I've been on the Tom Aspinall Defense League this entire time. F. Jones. I've been on Tom's side the entire time. But like, what numbers, or I don't feel like we have anything to back up that Tom is this, like, one of the biggest stars. I've always felt like Tom is one of the lesser stars. Like, the top stars in the UFC right now feels like it's Ilya. Basically, if you go up the weight classes from lightweight, Ilya, Islam, Shimaev, Pereira, those guys. I've never felt like, I know that Aspinall's like star potential, like his name value, has of course gone up through all the John Jones drama, of course, from being just like this hyped prospect, top contender in the hardcore MMA community. Now more people know of him. Like, if you're a big John Jones fan, you probably have heard about Tom Aspinall. I just feel like I know Eddie is trying to glaze him up. We're gonna talk about everything here. We're gonna talk about the Tom Aspinall stuff. I also gonna cover Francis Ngannou stuff that just got leaked about him leaving PFL, and also some predictions very shortly before the card. So let's see here.
I'm currently not at home right now. You probably know already, I have signed with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom on a commercial advisory deal.
What's your initial thoughts on this, mate?
Well, we've done most of my career with the really small team that I've got, so I wanted to add to my value. Eddie's someone that I've known for a fair bit. I trust Eddie, and I want to make as much money and grow commercially as much as possible while I'm fighting.
And what does this mean for, your fighting career going forward as well?
Obviously, we're still recovering, but I'm looking to get back in there as soon as possible. So I just want to maximise, expand my team a little bit, to tell you.
I mean, obviously it's going to make a lot of noise around the world, but, as we discussed previously, we've been talking about this talent agency and this management agency for a while, and, the launch into football and other areas of sport. And, I got to know Tom and I got to know Andy, and I was pretty shocked by, the potential that was out there in terms of where he's at and how he feels. I mean, you're talking about the UFC World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah. So let's just get one thing straight immediately. Tom has not left the UFC. Tom is not going to boxing. He's not even ready to fight in MMA. We know he has his eyesight problems. But as you also heard, he wants to get back in the cage as soon as possible. So we know now, based on... Can they stop talking? Quiet. Yeah. Tom, he has gotten back to some training, very light training. So he's hopefully Tom is back this year. I hope so. I would love that. But yeah, Tom is not leaving the UFC. He's actually the first guy signed to Eddie Hearn's promotion thing. So it's gonna be interesting. See Eddie, and he's not even gonna. People think that Dana is doing all these business deals and everything like that. Dana is doing nothing. He has no power in the it's out there. It's public information. Dana isn't doing anything, and he doesn't care. Dana is trash. We all know that. But so Dana will not even deal with Eddie, because Dana doesn't deal with the fighters like that. He hasn't been doing that for a long time.
You're talking about one of the biggest stars in British sport. You're talking about one of the biggest stars globally. I mean, in a boxing sense, you are the baddest man on the planet, and that's what he is. And he's a good guy,
But wait, let's listen to that again. What did he say?
One of the biggest stars in British sport.
No! But one of the big... Am I so off? Like, even in... Okay, so in British sport, so in the UK, I mean, I'm pretty... Like, boxing is still, somehow, a bigger sport than MMA. Like, Fury and Joshua, I imagine is clearly bigger name, star power than Tom. Conor Ben, right? Can they be quiet? Jesus. Yeah, Aspen, Fury, AJ, Conor Ben probably. Like, what are other UK? Katie Taylor? I don't know. But, like, I don't see really this... Like, what does this come from? I mean, maybe he's just glazing Tom, but it's driving me insane. This is the first time ever I've, like, heard someone be like, yeah, Tom is this big star. What? No, he isn't. I know sometimes it's hard for us hardcore fans, and I think it's so hard still, so I'm not blaming anyone else. But sometimes it's really hard for us fans who are in this, like, bubble. We know about all the Inside Jones. Inside Jones. Yeah, I don't want to be Inside Jones, but that fits with the gay joke. We know all this inside stuff about Drew Dober beating up black people, Jones being gay. Yeah, all this, like, hardcore inside joke stuff, and yeah, it's really hard to know what, like, the outside world, what they know, because we know all this, like, Jones is this piece of shit, this PD shit, all this stuff, but, like, casual fans seeing, oh, Jones the GOAT, they don't know anything about all the other stuff. Dude, my parents are talking all the time, sorry guys. So anyway, yeah, but I don't know what Tom being this big star, even in British sport, as I say, like, the top boxers are all above him, I would imagine. Even in the UFC, Paddy, isn't he, like, a bigger name than Tom? Yeah.
You're talking about one of the biggest stars globally. I mean, in a boxing sense, you are the baddest man on the planet, and that's what he is. And he's a good guy, and
I also hate that Eddie said, like, in the boxing sense, he's the baddest man on the planet. Like, no, not in boxing. Okay. The boxing heavyweight champion has, like, never been the baddest man on the planet. Maybe back in, like, the early 1900s, like the early 20th century. But I mean, wrestlers like some freestyles or whatever have been around for a long time, right? And even before the UFC, like MMA, all the stuff that started in, like, Brazil or in Japan or whatever. Like, there were loads of guys that would have just, like, ragdolled Muhammad Ali and all the people, like Jack Johnson, going back way far. But yes, not in the boxing sense. Fuck boxing. In MMA, Tom is the baddest man on the planet. That's the title. That's the title he has, and that's the title he deserves. Not in boxing sense, Eddie. In MMA.
Talking to Andy, which can last a long time sometimes, the passion that they have, the groundness that they have, the integrity they have. I just felt like I met a man that was just a little bit broken, if I'm honest with you. You've got to feel like, you've achieved a lot. And you've got to actually feel like you are the man. I know you're humble, but at the same time, like, don't also forget what you've done and who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Put some, well, I know it's a bit cringe, but put some respect on the name. I mean, that's the reality. One of the things he said to me, he said, you sure you want to represent me? I'm a bit, bit of a sort of broken record at the moment. Like, I said, what are you talking about? You're the UFC World Heavyweight Champion, mate. You're one of the most fierce fighters.
He really makes Tom sound like a big bitch. Maybe Dana was right. Maybe Dana is right to hate Tom. He called, is there a big... What did Dana White say? Is there a big... Oh my god, I can't. Is there a bigger pussy than Eddie Hearn? So maybe he's the biggest pussy and maybe Tom is the biggest bitch. I don't know. He really makes Tom sound like... Jesus. Listen, I feel bad for Tom. People online have been so retarded. since the eye thing happened. Like I think he's had like 2 surgeries on his eyes, and people are still going around with, oh, he faked it. Like no one in the UFC is scared of Cyril Gane or scared of fighting Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane has never been this scary fighter, like since maybe 2019 or something. Like he has been like a decision fighter forever with some. Yeah, he finished Tuivasa after getting dropped. Like, why would he fake it? Quiet. Jesus.
On the planet, and I see you as a massive star. Get your chin up, get your mojo up. There's loads of reasons I want to do this, but actually, you deserve to be treated in a specific way for what you've achieved. You know? Yeah. So that's really what it comes down to. And we're really motivated on this for many reasons, but also to make the agency work, but also to make it a success. This is a commercial deal across all of his business and an advisory role that we'll be taking and helping him plan his future, you know, across his brand, across sport, and across everything, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. I mean, listen, I think this thing, I think Eddie can, help Tom become the so-called star that he thinks he is. He definitely isn't. But listen, can Tom become a big star? Honestly, I kind of don't think so. Like, what defines a big star? Like, what determines that you're a big star? Like, he has never had the personality, or even the fake personality of trash talk, or anything like that. Like, I know he got eye poked and all that in the last fight, but even in the fighting, like in his last fight, he didn't look like a scary, killer at all. So, like, yeah, sure. Most of the time in the cage, he looks like the baddest man on the planet. How he ragdolled Volkov, what he did to Blades in the rematch. Pavlovich, impressive as fuck. So, yeah, most of the time in the cage, he looks like a killer, absolutely. But listen, just how he looks, he doesn't have like the most scary face. He has like a weird British face. He's not the big jacked guy like Ngannou. Listen, I like Tom, but I don't see. I've never seen star potential with Tom. I've seen quite the opposite. And that's no disrespect to Tom. He says it himself. He doesn't want to trash talk. He's not that kind of guy. So like he kind of admits it himself. Tom has never gone around and been like, oh, I'm this big star, or I'm gonna become this huge star. He want to be a good family man. He want to make as much money as he can for his family. Like, Tom has been pretty clear about it himself. So I think we can move on from this and go to this next one here, ladies and gentlemen. Or should we? Yeah.
Eddie, I mentioned that word, vision. What is your promise to Tom Aspinall? What is the vision at this stage?
Well, firstly, to make sure that he's recognised for the revenue that he drives. You know, ultimately, every sport is about the athlete and the talent. And we know when he steps in the octagon, we know what happens. Broadcasters pay a fortune. Every seat's filled in the arena.
What is... Okay. I can't... I think the rant I just went on, I think this was kind of meant for this part here. But when he stepped into the octagon, broadcasters pay a fortune. They have never... No broadcasters, no nothing. Even the fans stacking up the arena, it's not the fighters anymore. It's the promotion, it's the UFC. They put a lot of guys' names, prelims, main card, but they don't have like this Conor or Peak Jones or... Sure, Pereira is a bigger name, but like... Tom Aspinall has never been in that position. Broadcasters pay more money because Tom steps in the cage. Has never been the case. I hate that they're Eddie that is supposed to promote Tom and make him a bigger name. And sure, I'm talking about him, so maybe he's tricking me. But he's making me turn on Tom. And no, not turn on Tom, but it sounds like it. Maybe I'll just skip this bit because he's just glazing Tom here, I think. What was the next part? Okay, let's see here, Warriors.
Every inch of you're the undisputed heavyweight champion. I said to him, you know, I don't want to. Sometimes when I say it, I don't want him to feel like to get offended by this because he'll snap my neck in two. But it's like when I spoke to him for the first time, it was like I was talking to someone that didn't really realise who he was or what he was, which is a massive star in this country, and a massive global star. One of the biggest stars in fight sports.
No!
And as we say in boxing, effectively the baddest man on the planet, but in MMA. And, you know, now...
No! That is like we say in boxing, the baddest man on the planet, but in MMA. Like, he's kind of... No! Not boxing, never baddest man on the planet. Tom, yes, he is the baddest man on the planet. Maybe some people think Gane for some reason, maybe some people think Jones, that's fine. But currently he has the title and he has earned the title of the baddest man on the planet. Not boxing, MMA. No, not boxing, not MMA. Baddest man on the planet. This is driving me insane, what? Oh my.
We've got an interesting future ahead. Sometimes a narrative can get spun on you that, one, deflates your mojo, and two, can just make you feel like, I don't really want to do it anymore. And when I spoke to him, we started talking about his injuries and, you know, talking about the doctor stuff and the multiple surgeries that he's had. It was like, mate, like, we've got to bounce back from this. And you've got to realise how big you are. And I see a man that's been...
It's come at the right time for you as well then, Tom, as Eddie just touched on there. It has been a little bit of a frustrating period for you, but I imagine with an announcement like this, more motivated than ever.
Yeah, I think absolutely. Me and my team, now with Eddie and Matchroom on board, we want to get back in there as soon as possible, but obviously it has to be done at the right time. And these guys have come on board at the right time. I feel like I'm ready to move to the next step.
I don't know if there was
heavyweight
something
hope
here.
in the world of boxing, but in terms of the deals and of course with Dana White and the UFC, how is that all going to work with yourself behind the scenes?
Oh, look, he's under contract to the UFC, and that's not expected to change. I mean, we know that. You know, I know there's been made a lot of, you know, kind of the back and forth.
Let's see here.
And that's what I'm looking to do with this.
And we haven't been hearing from you that much over the last few months, but mentally, how has the recovery been? Because obviously physically is one thing, but mentally it's a completely different thing.
Mate, it's been a really tough time for me. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. It's been fucking tough, man. Like, it's been hard to be in the position that I've been in, and not everyone, but a lot of people thinking what they think about me. It's been tough, but I'm obviously looking to come back from that and do good things.
I feel so bad for Tom, poor guy. Dude, listen, I can imagine not only like, I've been dealing with eye pain and stuff the last few months. I'm not saying it's on the level of Tom Aspinall, I'm not blind or whatever, but dude, I can imagine the horrendous fucking pain he has been in and still is. And like, when he's in that bad of a position, like, barely can see, so much pain, surgeries, like, he would probably feel a little bit better if he actually saw online all these people having his back. Dana, you know, having his back, like he's my heavyweight champion. Take all the time you need, Tom. We're gonna make everything right, whatever. And you see fans praising you and everything. Instead, you see so many fans shitting on you. Dana speaking in a way, oh, I guess he wanted a way out. Like, all these comments. Yeah, listen, Tom is a grown man, but of course, like, I get it. And it's... Honestly, it makes me so pissed, like, mad at Dana and the entire UFC. Yeah, they have done... Not even this thing, just Tom's career. They've handled him... Like, he's the best heavyweight in the world. And they have handled his career terribly. Like, they should have promoted him as their next, you know, top, like, Mike Tyson, but in MMA. Whatever, like, you guys know what I mean. I just think they have handled his career in the worst way. Like, if we go back to, like, 2022, or 2023, or whatever, and I said, like, when he got the interim belt, or when he returned, or whatever, and I actually told you the next, like, 3 years of his career, I don't think you guys wouldn't believe me how incompetent the UFC have been. Like, on purpose or not, who knows Hello. So yeah, it sucks for Tom. I feel so bad. Sorry, Tom.
Eddie, obviously Tom's already UFC heavyweight champion. What kind of new opportunities can Matchroom Talent Agency provide to Tom?
Well, so many across the commercial world. I mean, look, Andy has dealt with the UFC for many, many years. We'll set across that with him, and we'll help, plan out the future in that respect as well. But away from the octagon, commercially, we need to drive value with partners that already exist. We need to make sure that we build the Tom Aspinall brand further in this country and particularly globally as well. We need to look at broadcast relationships. We need to, I believe he's going to be a great pundit.
Yeah, because again, he's not a big star. So yeah, you have to build it, exactly. If he was this big, massive star, you're talking like he's Conor McGregor, then you wouldn't have to do much. Because he's such a big star, right? Like, I hate it. Sorry, I hate it. Let's go to 17 here.
Multiple times during this conference so far that he will get you what you deserve. What is it that you feel like you do deserve?
I mean, that's a good question, mate. I like that. As I said before, I think that whether it be publicly or privately, a lot of MMA fighters, UFC champions, they like to complain about the money that we're getting paid. But that's the contract that we all signed. We're not going to get more than that. I've accepted that. And I want to make as much money outside of the octagon as I possibly can. I think commercially there's a lot to be done for my profile. I think financially my ceiling's a lot higher than what I'm getting paid.
Yeah, there's a lot of promotion to do because he's not even a star. He's small. He's down there, not a big star. And also with the pay, credit to Tom Aspinall for once actually saying, guys, you signed the contract. If you sign to 3-3 or 7-7, that's what your pay is. What leverage do you think you have to be, I want more. Then they just throw you to the side and take the next guy. Like when, when Ngannou did his thing, they just threw Derek Lewis in there, Lewis and gone. Like we have so many examples of people asking, in 2020 during COVID, when Masvidal asked for big money, and the UFC was like, no. So Burns was willing to fight for much less. So they just did Burns versus Usman, but then of course Burns got the sniffles. So they threw in Masvidal on short notice, probably paid him a ton. But you know what I mean? So like, yeah, Tommy's spot on that. And I've said this many times before, UFC fighters are so overpaid. They are. And the thing that make people, that doesn't help my argument at all, is that boxers are so over, like we can't even call boxers overpaid. We have to find a new one. Conor Ben has done nothing in boxing. Nothing. I don't think he would do big pay-per-view numbers even. And he's getting paid 15 mil for like one fight or two fights, whatever. It's so they are overpaid isn't the word for it. We need something new. But listen, UFC fighters, why do you, like a big reason why cards the last 2-3 years, whatever, especially now, are so weak, not stacked, the opposite, like fighters are so inactive. We see the bigger names, we see them fight once, if we're lucky, twice a year. I look back at the years when a top contender, like Donna Cerrone, when he was like top 5, top 7, whatever, fought 4 times in a year. A normal year for him was like 4 times a year, 3 times a year. And I know that's one guy, but it used to be the norm. Conor McGregor, the biggest star ever in the UFC, when he was like peak McGregor, in 2016, 3 times. In 2015, 3 times. Like, yeah, you know, guys like Anderson Silva, GSP, John Jones. You barely ever saw them fight, 10 or 15 years ago. You like never saw them fight once a year. 2 times a year was like minimum. You saw all of them fight 3 times a year, 2 times a year. Yeah, And why do you think fight like Kevin Holland? Like, yeah, okay, I know he has been inactive, but he has like he has earned so much money now just because he took some extra like fighters. When Dustin Poirier was active, he fought. Let's see, in 2017, Dustin Poirier fought like 3 times. I know. 2018 he fought twice. 19 he fought twice. Yeah, and then in 2021 he fought 3 times. But also in that year, he got 2 McGregor paydays, and then another third main event against Oliveira for the title. So he was fucking set after that year. So then he took an entire year off, once in 2022, once in 2023. Of course, once in 2025. And now he has so much money that he could retire when he was like top 5. Like, dude... Yes, we have one guy with like MVP just said, "Oh, I want to fight." Yeah, no, was it? No, Sterling, Aljamain Sterling said that he wants to fight more, but there's only so many cards, there's only so many spots, so the UFC is kind of like pushing it. Oh, February, then March, then April, then May. So that's one example, but we never hear. It's the opposite, like 95%, whatever. When the fighters get paid more. As they have, like, you see bonuses getting up, they fight less. When fighters are hungry, they need to stay active. We need hungry fighters. We need to... If you guys want stacked cards again, we need to lower the pay. But the thing is, we can't lower the pay. Like, no one wouldn't get anyone new to the UFC. And sure, it is a problem at... Like, the only place I would really say is a problem is heavyweight. Because you see, like, just a bunch of fat guys, most of them, and we see like all the athletes go to NFL or whatever. So at heavyweight, there's a problem, but otherwise, like, it's good. I would say, quiet, but yeah, overpaid. You can't convince me otherwise. Oh, listen, I'm not even a bitter cunt. Like, yeah, sure, you can probably convince me. Come with a good argument. I haven't heard it yet. Come with a good argument.
At the moment, and I want to explore as much as that as possible.
Hello,
Tom. I know you briefly touched on it then.
What's cool?
But we've seen Dana come in and he's paying boxers a lot more than in the UFC. Did that bother you at first at all?
I mean, I think it's bothered everybody. I think if one guy's getting paid 15 million and the other guy's getting 15 grand, I think that's a big difference, mate.
True, it is a big difference, and you should I don't have the energy. I'm tired. I can't rant on this forever. Like, I've already filmed for a long time, probably. You already heard my... Yeah, it's a bit... Conor Ben doesn't deserve... Conor Ben doesn't deserve a meal. Like...
Which is...
Exploring other options for when you do negotiate. You can say, look, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. I'm aware that Eddie and Matchroom are a powerhouse organisation. Mm-hmm. They'll be working, advising my dad, who is my manager. He has been my manager from the beginning. And I'm sure they'll be getting the point across well for... how things stand financially in the future.
Thank you.
I don't know if there was much more with this one, or we should move on.
Good to see everyone. Thank you. Tom, this one for you. Sort of piggybacking off that, we've seen, obviously, with Conor Ben getting what he's reported to be getting from Zuffa. We've seen Michael Venom Page come out recently and almost sort of piggyback off that and say about how he thinks the UFC fighters should be also getting higher.
Yeah, there's more of the same there, but you got I think we got kind of the important parts there. So then we go on to Tom Aspinall here. Let's see here, dude.
He didn't say strictly that, but there was obviously the timing of this makes us think that this little war between, if you want to call it that, between him and Dana, that not that you're being used as a pawn in that, but there is an element of that, isn't there, possibly?
Well, I didn't want to be a part of that. I think Eddie says it in a very corporate way. But I think the original thing that I said to Eddie is, I don't want to be a part of a dick measuring competition between you and Dana. That's the last thing.
That's a fun way to put it, a dick measuring contest. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think many people saw that immediately. Like, Dana took Conor Benn from Eddie, now Eddie takes Tom from... That's also a thing I want to cover. This isn't now it's 1-1 between Dana and Eddie. Listen, when Dana took Conor Benn, like, Dana literally took Conor Benn from Eddie Hearn and brought him over to Sofa Boxing. He took him from Matchroom over to Sofa Boxing. That's just a fact, like everyone knows. And we saw, like, Eddie looked like he was about to cry on camera. He looked hard, and he said it. He was devastated. He used like all sad words under the book, under the sun in the book, whatever. So we know that he was devastated. He was crushed, and that's why Dana White said, "Is there a bigger pussy than Eddie Hearn?" So he crushed him. Eddie was devastated. So a big 1-0 to Dana White. This one, people see this as, oh, now it's war, it's this big move from Eddie Hearn. No, you know what? This doesn't like change anything. Dana already doesn't like Tom. It's clear. He probably is still annoyed about the entire John Jones thing, that Tom got in the way and like devalued Jones Stipe and probably may push Jones out of the sport, maybe 1-2 fights earlier. Yeah, instead of getting, the Pereira fight, Dana was kind of forced into saying, no, you have to fight Tom now because we gave you the Stipe fight. Instead, like, if Tom wasn't there, like, in Dana's eyes being so annoying, they could have probably done the Stipe fight. Then they could have done the Jones Pereira for, the Pereira's chance to become a 3-division champion. And yeah, in his eyes, Aspinall was in the way. But instead, of course, Jones was the problem, and Dana went on with it. So I still think Tom is... I still think Dana is like annoyed at Tom and doesn't like him because of all that. He doesn't have any reason to not like him. But so Dana doesn't like Tom. What was I gonna say? Dana doesn't like Tom. And as I said, Dana isn't in these negotiations with managers and stuff. That's clear, like, that's public information. So this doesn't change anything. Eddie didn't like take Tom from the UFC to boxing. No, like, you can basically look at this that nothing has changed. As Tom said, Tom has the same contract. The money won't change. He will fight next in the UFC. He has no intention on anytime soon fighting in boxing. Dana won't even have to deal with Eddie Hearn. And I don't think Hunter Campbell or these other guys have much beef with Eddie Hearn. So, like, nothing has kind of changed there. Dana Dana took Conor Benn from Eddie Hearn, and Conor Benn broke Eddie Hearn's heart. Clear. This was nothing. Like, yeah, Dana maybe is a bit more annoyed at Tom Aspinall, but he already didn't like him, and he won't have to deal with it. Like, yeah, there's nothing.
I want to do. And listen, over the years I've met with, like, me and my dad, who's my manager, have met with so many managers, commercial agents, or whatever you want, people who represent fighters, and we've always been against it. And actually we went to Monaco this week, and listen, Eddie laid out the red carpet, got us a PJ, got us the whole thing, and I was literally showing up there being like, and listen, Eddie doesn't know this, so this is a bit exclusive here.
Well, hey.
I was literally like, I don't really want to do this. This is not something that I'm really interested in. But we got there.
Sorry, prior to the meeting, you weren't up for it. Is that what you're saying?
It's not that we spoke a couple of times on the phone and stuff. We had a Zoom, and I don't want the drama. I don't want to be part of this whole point scoring thing. That was at the forefront of my mind, is that I don't want to be doing this point scoring weird thing. But listen, I sat down with Eddie, sat down with the silent assassin Frank Smith, who's a very nice guy. Listen, we spoke about it for like 6, 7, 8 hours.
No way.
Spoke about everything, and it's something that I couldn't refuse. I really, really like Eddie. I really like Frank. I like what Matchroom are all about.
Interview that went out yesterday that Piers Morgan had done with Dana White. I don't know if you've watched it, but this is prior to, obviously, everyone learning about your signing with Matchroom Talent. But Piers Morgan did ask Dana White a few questions about yourself. He said that he hadn't spoke to you in a few months, that he wants to speak to you, that he does think you will return, obviously, to the cage. Did you watch that part about yourself? I'm assuming you have.
I've been sent the clip, yeah. I've been sent the clip. Pick up the phone and speak to me anytime you want. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
How would you describe your relationship with Dana currently then? How would you describe it?
Well, actually, as far as I'm aware, fighters don't really... I've never dealt with Dana, ever. I've dealt with another guy called Hunter. And I have a good relationship with Hunter. So I wouldn't really expect Dana... Like, I think it's been this thing where it's like, has Dana reached out to you? And it's like, no, he hasn't reached out to me, but he's never reached out to me before.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not really that surprised by it. But I spoke to Hunter in the UFC plenty.
Yeah. And listen, that's the thing. That's what I said. Like, what was I then? Dude, sorry, I'm tired in the head. What was I thinking? Bam. But yeah, as Tom said, like, because Jones, Jesus Christ, they now on the Piers Morgan show interview, whatever, said, yeah, I want to talk with Tom. I want to reach out to him. As Tom said, yeah, reach out. Like, you have my number. like Dana can so easily call and like talk with Tom. So easy. But that's also not the normal thing. Tom has never had sort of a relationship with Dana. He and his father deals with Hunter Campbell and the other guy or whatever. So, but yeah, I think that just makes Dana look worse and dumb again with him saying, like, I wanted to... He made it sound like he wants to talk to Tom, but Tom is hard to, get in contact with. And Tom just said, yeah, dude, call me. Like, yeah, Dana is retarded, like, we know that. Moving on. Francis Ngannou. Breaking. Francis Ngannou has been released from the PFL and is a free agent. I'm going to cover this quick before we get on to some predictions. But yeah, I mean, like, he has been a terrible signing for the PFL. They lost so much money and got in a terrible business place, had to release fighters, had to put fighters on hold because they paid Francis millions, which he wasn't worth. And how many pay-per-view buys did they get? Like, let's see here. Ngannou versus Pereira pay-per-view buys. Like, it was incredibly low, right? Yeah, reports on this, yeah, 10k buys. Like he's a lesser draw than... Okay, I was about to say he's a lesser draw than Amanda Nunes. Let's face it, the UFC is a big part of the of the buy. So did that fight happen, like Ngannou versus Pereira in the UFC, for the heavyweight title or whatever, with other known UFC names on the undercard? That would do more than Amanda Nunes. It would. But listen, yeah. They paid him millions and he brought nothing. Nothing. Like, a bad 200k pay-per-view buys in the UFC is bad. 10k. Just in comparison. But yeah, so terrible. Like, he has been a terrible business signing for... terrible signing for the PFL. Didn't show... He had all this talk. It's not about the money. It's about the... MMA, PFL Africa. It's about getting the fighters more paid. And he didn't get the fighters more paid. Yeah, maybe on his event, because he fought once. So that didn't change anything. And the PFL Africa thing, they did the PFL Africa like twice, right? Or 3 times. And Ngannou never showed up. Like, he just took the money, went to boxing, fought for them once, basically because he had to, sat out his contract, and now he's a free agent. Listen, heavyweight is dead right now. We don't even have Tom Aspinall, because his eyes are effed. So, like, all we have at heavyweight now is, like, Volkov, Blades, Pavlovich, Almeida is released. Like, we have nothing. But, with all these talks, we could in the next like 6 months go from nothing to John Jones, Alex Pereira, Francis Ngannou, and Aspinall back hopefully sometimes this year. So in like later this year, like 8 months, 9 months, whatever, we could go from nothing to Aspinall, Ngannou, Jones, Pereira. I'm just saying the UFC should really put some effort into this. And I don't know how long Rico Verhoeven is signed with like with the boxing stuff. I know he's fighting Usyk, but yeah, try to get him in like next year or whatever. So yeah, listen, I would want, like, listen, Dana, as we have said a million times this video, Dana isn't doing any negotiations, business stuff, so he doesn't even have to deal with Ngannou. Like, dude, you don't even have to be in the same room. Like, have the other guys, like, get Ngannou back and have some fun. We need some hype in the UFC. Have some fun. We also just heard that one fight fell out from the White House card. Dana confirmed it on stream with Nina Drama. So yeah, we need all we can get right now. Jesus Christ, what a terrible signing from the PFL. Finishing off, Charles du Bronx, Max Holloway, UFC 326 predictions. Oh, I already had this up. Okay. So that's good, I think. Oh wait, am I in the way right now? I think that's fine. We do a quickie here. Sorry for being late, guys. But better late than ever. Have my English gotten worse? Jesus. I'm actually going with. I actually filmed this prediction stuff in like last weekend, like 5-6 days ago. But OBS like effed up. Is OBS doing good right now? I hope so. Let's double check. Oh my god, is this video gonna be 40 me? Oh my god, dude, I need to get... Now when I'm not cutting and just talking, I'm like... Oh my god, dude, I need to make sure the videos... Oh my god. Yeah, it is what it is. Guys, oh my god. I'm going with Max Holloway. I see a lot of guys starting to... I thought everyone was like on the Blessed Express. The Blessed Express, maybe. But I see more and more people being like, Oliveira's gonna, take him down, ragdoll him. Look like how he took down Chandler. Look how he got down Gamrot. Max has never fought like a good grappler. He fought Ilya, and Ilya got him down twice. Even Trash Ortega got him down and got his back. But yeah, listen, I think, or maybe have I got swayed? No, listen, we're not gonna do a big breakdown. No, I've talked so long. I'm going with Max Holloway. I think he's gonna be too much on the feet. I think we're probably gonna get a later stoppage, like TKO knockout from Max in the fourth round. And I think he's gonna be good with defending. I think it's not gonna be easy for Oliveira to just grab a hold of him and lift him up or take him down, because I think Max Holloway is gonna move. Ice big, moving around, peppering him, getting better and better, or round after round. Oliveira is sloppy. Max has more power now. Maybe even Oliveira's chin is even worse than it was a year ago. Maybe it's even easier for Max to finish him now in like even the second round. Who knows, after Ilya like nuked him. So even if Oliveira gets him down, I think Max can do well, like get up or just survive let the clock run out and then get to the second round or third round. So Max Holloway, 4th round stoppage. TKO knockout. I don't think submission, but he teased it. Rainer the Riddler versus Caio Borralho. I'm going with Rainer the Riddler for sure. Dude, listen, he beat Whittaker. Whittaker is good as fuck. We'll see how good his cardio is, but this is not a 5-rounder. Even if he can go hard for like 2 rounds, and maybe he loses the 3rd round, but still up, 2 rounds to 1. He can use the big knees. Listen, I think technically Caio Borralho is a better striker, but I think Whittaker technically is a better striker. Bo Nickel sometimes looks like a better technical striker than the Riddler. Kevin Holland, but he's so big. Like, this is a clear weight bully. I don't even hate the Riddler, but he's a clear weight bully. This guy fought at like heavyweight, right? At 1, and now he's at middleweight. He's trained as like 6'4". He's thick, he's not even thin, like he's massive. So he can just use his weight, use that to not get KO'd, walking in, boom, taking clean shots. And yeah, honestly, just using those big knees to the body that broke Bo Nickel, that definitely made it hard for Whittaker. And I just think he would clinch with KO. He would probably get him down. Probably decision win from the Ridder. Decision win. As I said, I'm going a bit quicker here just because this is just a last minute thing for you guys that want to hear. Maybe surprising here, I think Rob Font is the underdog, right? I haven't seen enough from Raul Rosas Jr. To like convince me that he's... Yeah, I don't think he's beating Font. I think Font is gonna maybe even like embarrass Rosas on the feet with the boxing. Like light him up, defend the grappling, and embarrass Rosas in the striking. I can so see that happen. So yeah, probably decision win or even stoppage second round for Font. This is the class. Dude, honestly, I feel really bad. I wanted to go on and do all the black jokes, Drew Dober beating up the black people. But I saw the video of Drew Dober talking to Michael Johnson backstage, being, like thanking him for posting something. I don't know what he posted. Did Michael Johnson post something about Drew Dober not being racist? I don't know. But Drew Dober like talked about his nieces getting like asked at school, like, why are your uncle racist? Honestly, that's so sad. It started as a hilarious joke in Guru's stream. I think I watched it live when after this is like November, December 2022, after Dober knocked out Bobby Green, and someone in the live chat, I think they donated like a super chat something, asked Guru, wait, what did he say? Yeah, just straight up, Dober is beating up all the black people. And Guru laughed as fuck, and then that just became the meme. But I think it was because he came off like a win against Terrence McKinney. He has, and he like took out like a Brazilian guy, brown guy, whatever. And yeah, I think it was because he called out Jalen Turner, like the only ranked black guy as lightweight, and that's when Dober just wants to beat up all the black people. Hilarious at the time, like for fuck's sake, like no one, like we don't think Dober is racist at all. This just has been overblown. I think it's funny as fuck. I just feel bad, kind of joking about it now because it really is bothering Dober, and like he's not kids, but his nieces is getting asked about it at school, and I feel bad. But anyway, I think the beating up black people streak will continue. I think Dober will, I can see seeing it being like the Bobby Green fight, getting peppered up. Looks like Michael Johnson a clean boxing decision, and then Dober bam flatlines him in second round, third round. So I go with Dober. Yeah, and for this last one, I need to finish this. Jesus Christ, I go with Gregory Rodriguez. First one was a fluke, Gregory Rodriguez. And here, let's go with Cody Garbrandt. Let's have some fun. I need to finish this. Thank you guys for watching. Jesus Christ. Videos on the screen. You can click if you want. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. What do you think about the predictions? What do you think about Ngannou being a free agent? Effing off the PFL? And all the Tom Aspinall stuff. Do you think it will affect his career in any way, negatively, positively, or... we will see. Peace.